Hi guys, it's Alia. Welcome back to my channel. So, I am trying something not new, but something I should have been doing this whole time. I just finished making this journal. I just finished it about 10 minutes ago. So instead of putting it on my shelf and saying, oh, I'm just going to do a video tomorrow or the next day, I'm doing it right now. That way I don't get a whole pile of journals again like I did last time. And then it gets overwhelming. So I finished this journal, I am making the video, and I am presenting it to you. So this one here, in one of actually my last haul video, the one that I went when I went to the thrift store and I was showing the pillowcases that I got, this is made with, actually, hold on, I have the other one right here, and I absolutely, oops, I'm dropping everything. I absolutely love the way this cover came out. Remember, this was the pillowcase, and if you can see, it's kind of like a quilted style, not like a quilt, but quilted. I think that's what it's called, but it's kind of like puffy and sewn, and yeah, I love it. So look, let me just take this tie off. And inside, well, actually not inside, the other side of the pillowcase is just cotton fabric with the same like pattern on it. It's just not quilted, so I just used that, sewed two pieces together, and that's what I used to make the tie with. So I thought that was pretty cool. So this is it. I mean, I absolutely, I thought that was something on there, but no, that's part of the pattern. I love this material. And I think from now on, and I had said it in my that video, the haul video, that a lot of times when I buy material, I just buy way too much, and then I have all this random material sitting around that, you make 1 or 2 journals, maybe even 3, but then it's kind of like, you want something new. But with pillowcases, with pillowcases, you only get a certain amount, just kind of like this here is a, what is it called? A fat quarter, I think. It's better just because it's a not shorter, but like smaller amount of material that's just perfect. So yes, so pillowcases are kind of my jam right now. Love the way this came out. I did a little crocheted lace on the spine, and let's get right inside. So the journal, it measures 5 by 8, and in the inside front cover I have a little things to do, this little list that you can use to write things on. Here is a note from the bookmaker and a little playing card. This is Little Women. And in this journal, I've used a lot of real vintage ephemera, but I also did use some like ephemera that I made and like Tim Holtz stuff and things like that. So I'll show you. And also the pages that were used are half and half. Some are vintage, some are just coffee dyed or like, scrapbook paper. So this is scrapbook paper. On the back here, this is something new. I've seen other people do it. I just never done it before. This was a handkerchief, like a full-size handkerchief. And what I did is I cut it down, folded it in half, and I made a pocket. But I love the little embroidered flowers there. So I thought that was neat. And in the pocket, we have a guest check. And here is a... this is from 1947, and I actually have a bunch of these, so I've been using them in my latest journals, and it's kind of like a RSVP to this event this person was having. So the envelope is sort of coming apart, but it's, kind of gives it some charm. And this person, they did accept the invitation, so when they RSVP'd, they RSVP'd with an acceptance. Oh, there's nothing else in there. So, okay, and then this, if you've been watching my videos, I've been starting to use this letterhead in a lot of the journals because it has sort of like a location significance to me. This company here, they'll Sylvania. Sylvania. Yeah, Sylvania Electric Products. It's in Salem, Mass, and that's where I work. 60 Boston Street. And I actually, was that even in focus? I don't know. There you go. I actually work right near there. The Boston Street and Lafayette Street where I work are like kind of parallel to each other. So this sort of has, you know, a little bit of significance to me, not the company itself, but just the location. So I thought that was neat. And in this book too, I also tried using a random assortment of pages. Usually I try to kind of well, you'll see when I go through it. This has a lot more, you know, different size pages, different types of pages and things like that. There's just more of a variety. I just added a little fabric ruffle there. And obviously that is a vintage book page. This is vintage too, and I'm not sure about this, but I want to say it is only because it has the holes here. And I remember when I was younger, our printer had paper like this where you had to feed these holes onto the teeth of the printer and then turn it. So I'm thinking it's probably from the 80s. So it makes it vintage. This is vintage too. Here's some just paper. Not paper, parchment paper, left over from when I was coffee dyeing stuff, but you know, love this crinkle. Here we have a little journaling card there. That is not vintage. That's just a copy of something. And then in the pocket here, this is one of the cutoffs from some of the paper I was using in here. So I just inked around the edges, and you can write on the back. Here is a little playing card from the game board, or board game, Clue. This is not vintage. This is 2015. And then this is one of those fold-outs that opens up into a whole page. So another vintage book page. And this was actually gifted to me. Who gifted this to me? Oh, Anna gifted this to me. And I believe it might be out of a vintage cookbook, but I'm not 100% sure. So here, this is a little postcard from, I'm thinking 1921. It says August 15th, 21. So that is pretty neat. Oh yeah, 1921. It's postmarked there. So that's really cool. So there's that. Here is a vintage rent receipt. And then these two little pieces, those are just Tim Holtz. Those are not vintage. And this here flips up, and so you can do some journaling underneath there. Some more vintage book paper. This is also vintage graph paper. Here, I did something a little bit different. So I made the pocket like a sideways pocket. And the paper that I did it on, it wasn't coffee dyed or anything. It was just the back side of the scrapbook paper. So it was really stark white, and it just kind of looked funny. So I put some, I don't know why I can't talk today. I'm sorry. I put a book page back there just to kind of also give it a little bit of layering. And here we have some, here's an Old Maid. This is not vintage though. This is 2015, but I love the image. And these images you can use if you want. You could glue down this side and this side, and you can make it your own tuck spot too. And then this little pocket here, we have a, this is a bus ticket. And I don't know when it was from, but looking at this, it's pretty vintage. It doesn't have a date on it though. And then this is a little game piece. It's another vintage book page. Here's a little page pocket. It's like a whole page, but it's just made into a pocket. And I just put some little game cards in there. This journal has plenty of space to write, but I actually like the way these pages are, because normally my pages are pretty, like pretty much the same size. You maybe have a few smaller pages, but this is really like, you know, it just has a whole variety of different size pages and different types of pages too. So I really like that. And here's another of the vintage cookbook pages. And this here, there's a little, this is some fabric left over from the cover. And underneath, we just have, you know, just an assortment of random papers that you can journal on. And then that goes right over. Ran a little lace on the top there. And then pocket on this side with the guest check. And a little playing card. And here I just did some layering. Just have some crocheted trim, a little flowery thing, and then an applique in the middle. I think I'm going to do a lot more of this. Just, I know I just said that, but I just like all the different papers and the sizes. So I'm definitely going to do that again. Here we have a playing card, a double cross. And then this is a vintage, and it doesn't say, it's, well, it's Thursday, June 27th, but I don't know the year. Here it says act approved June 13th, 1911. So I don't know if this is from 1911 or, I don't know. This came in a lot of vintage things that I won. So I'm not really sure. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. So added that in there. Here is another one of the little side pockets. This is I thought it was a beach scene, but it's not. It's just a bunch of palm trees, but it's a vintage photograph. And this is a postcard from Illinois. And it's some kind of park, I guess. I don't know. But it's not postmarked, but I'm pretty sure it's vintage. And in this little pocket here, we have another one of the bus tickets here. And this is a 10-cent coupon for the Automobile Club of New York. And I don't know, it's some kind of coupon for something. Oh, it's the, like, AAA. But it's vintage, so, and it's real. So I thought that was super, super cool. If we can get back in. There we go. Some more pages for journaling. Oh, and this paper right here, actually, I should have seen it when we were in the front part of the journal. When I was doing the experimenting with, like, the tags and the sprays and stuff, I had put down this newsprint paper on my desk. And so after, when I was cleaning up, I really liked the way it sprayed and looked. So I kept those pages, and I've been using, well, actually, no, I don't know if I've used any of them yet, but I've liked to use them as actual pages because they're just, I like the way they came out. So that's where that's from. Here is U.S. Treasury Department Bureau of Customs, and it's a passenger receipt. And there is not a date, but I know that the envelope that I have got this in was from an estate sale. And this woman, she saved all her receipts and all her lists and all her, you know, everything from when she traveled. And the ones that I have, they're all from the 70s. So it's definitely vintage. Actually, it's from 78. September 24th, 78, I believe. I don't know. See? I mean, maybe. Who knows? But I thought it was a cool piece of ephemera. And you can actually journal all on the back of it if you want to. And then here's another things to do lists and just a little Tim Holtz ephemera piece. But it's blank on the back, so you can write in it. And then you can write underneath there. And what else do we have here? Oh, another full page flip out. Here is a library catalog card. And in here we have just 2 game pieces. And the nice crunchy feeling paper that I absolutely love. And in this pocket we have, oopsies, dropping stuff. This is a little multiplication card, and this is a vintage B&W coupon. So that is pretty cool there. And this is a postcard, and it's of the red pillar at the edge of Bighorn Mountains near the entrance to Shell Canyon on Highway US 14 in Wyoming. So this is most likely the red pillar. Really neat. Okay, and then this is the back cover. Here is my little signature there, handmade with love, and then I sign my name. And a little booklet that I made, and it just has some random pages for extra journaling. This was scrapbook paper, and then on the inside I lined it with a vintage book page. Got a little wrinkly, but that's okay. See? Pretty neat. So you can keep this in here, or you can take it out and, you know, put it in your bag or your purse, or you know, bedside table, whatever you want to do. But it's a nice little extra journal. So that is my I called it Quilted Flowers because it's kind of like that quilted look, and there's flowers, hence Quilted Flowers. So if you are interested in this, it will be available in my Etsy. I will leave the link to this journal in the description box below. So I'm so glad that I did this. I didn't put it off for another day. And hopefully going forward, I will keep, you know, making a journal, making a video, making a journal, making a video. That way I'm not going to run into piles of journals that I have to go through that will take me forever again. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.